You guys are on the road with F.E.A.R, Islander, and King, the co-headline tour right now. And you guys are up in Connecticut tonight. Tell me a little bit about how this tour has been for you, co-headlining with F.E.A.R. I know a couple of the shows have been completely sold out.
Yeah, man, it's been great. We got off to a great start. We started in Florida, and all the bands get along great, and I think we all bring something different to the table as far as our sound and our live performance, and going back, years and years ago when we've, done tours with F.E.A.R, we've always had a good time with them. They always throw really good after parties and stuff. Yeah, man, and they're a band that's been around for a while, and they have loads of great songs that are on the radio, and they got their fans, and we have our style and our fans, and we put them together, and it's a cool little bag of mixed nuts.
Yeah, I mean, especially with the newer bands, King and Islander on the bill as well. Islander especially kind of has a Rage Against the Machine feel to them, and I've seen them live a couple times. And what better, younger up and coming band to kick these shows off than Islander? I mean, they really set the stage for the rest of the show.
Yeah, totally cool guys. I mean, they do. Yeah, they have that sound and that energy, and it's cool to bring a couple of opening bands that'll just blow people away right off the bat because the energy started. King as well. They're a totally different style of band than Islander, but they blew me away with their cover of Hot for Teacher. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's a great cover. It just blows the roof off the crowd.
Yeah.
Comes out of nowhere. So.
Yeah.
And you guys are getting ready to release F.E.A.R, Face Everything and Rise. It's going to be out, I believe, a week from this coming Tuesday. And we're a couple of years removed from the connection, and with F.E.A.R, you guys kind of incorporate some of the electronic elements that you used on the connection, but I feel like you also go back to some of the heavier elements from albums of the past, with Getting Away with Murder and Metamorphosis, and you really kind of blend everything together really well. And F.E.A.R is also a really, really cool concept for this record title and everything. Can you tell me a little bit how the idea for the album really materialized?
The whole album materialized very quickly. In the respect that we walked into the studio, pretty much on day one, ready to record, with not having any, preconceived notions, not having any boundaries set up, not having anything pre-written, and just saying, okay, let's write a song, and let's record it all at the same time, and go from there to the next song. So, that kind of put where we weren't overthinking everything,
Awesome.
And yeah, it was good in that respect. And then as far as all of our influences and how we write songs, I mean, it's just like you hand us a blank canvas and we're just going to go for it. We're just going to add all of the elements that can make the best Papa Roach record and whatever's best for the song. Whether it's a punishing guitar riff or having electronic elements in the song, just trying to make it interesting, trying to do what we do, and then the whole concept of Face Everything and Rise, it was kind of lingering over us the whole time we were making this video, because Jacoby had actually written the acronym F.E.A.R on the walls of the studio while we were recording, and we didn't quite know what it stood for or what it was going to be used for, but we knew he wanted to use it for something, and of course, we waited till the very end to decide that was going to be the name of the record after we had already written a song called Face Everything and Rise, and it just kind of, we realized that what we were going for, musically and lyrically, it encompassed this overcoming, this out of the darkness into the light, aspect of just out of, just your life.
Awesome. Yeah.
Overcoming all that shit. So
yeah,
anyway.
You can definitely see see the progression and change, especially watching Jacoby over the last couple years as well. I know that going into the connection, he was dealing with a lot of those personal demons, and then to see go from the connection to face everything and rise, it's really symbolic and encompasses everything that all members of the band have really gone through in life over the last few years, I think. And I feel like this is one of the more probably one of the, it's a very honest record and puts everything out in the open, I think, on every song.
Yeah, I mean, it seems to be something that, we just do naturally. It's kind of like we're that band that just wears its heart out on its sleeve, and being honest and being vulnerable and making that connection with, universally with other people and, with our fans through the music. It's something that I think that, we do very well, and it's important, because when people, put their headphones on or whatever, or get in their car and they're listening to the music, it makes them think, and it makes them feel, and it makes them feel not alone, and that's just, I think that's something that we've done with our fans, since we put out Last Resort, which was our introduction to the whole world.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, from Last Resort, we had you kind of knew what you were going to get into with Papa Roach. You knew this is going to be an honest band that fans can really connect with. And then you go from that, and you've got Scars, and then songs like Lifeline, and then all the way up to now, even with the new single, Never Have to Say Goodbye. I mean, I think that's why fans connect with the band so well, and what's kept the band going over the last, decade or so is that honesty. Then that gets you to today. But talk a little bit about what it was like working with Kevin and Kane producing this record, because they've worked with so many great artists, and they always seem to bring the best out of the artists. And what was it like to work with them on this record?
Working with the Churkos was very easy. I mean, because they're just really professional guys who just they know all the elements of producing and songwriting and engineering. They have a sound that's all their own, and sonically, it's just a massive sound. It's undeniably just huge, and heavy. So it was really just, we knew that part was covered. It was really just focusing on getting the best, ideas, lyrically and musically down, and they helped facilitate that. And it was really just an overall, easy experience. I think we worked very well together. We shared a lot of, similarities in how we do things, and we also shared a lot of differences in how we, like to approach things. But I think that push and pull is what made this record, kind of sound unique and fitting for Papa Roach,
Awesome. Can you tell me how the collaborations with Maria Brink from In This Moment, and then working with Royce on Warriors came about? I know you guys toured with In This Moment back in 2013 on the Carnival of Madness tour. And then fast forward to this year, and she's on Gravity, and then Royce is on Warriors.
Yeah.
How did those come about? Especially Royce is a really, really interesting collaboration.
Yeah, I mean, we've never done collaborations before. That's the crazy thing, and it really just happened kind of, naturally. We didn't even plan on it or try. It just worked out, and Maria was around while we were in the studio because, the Churkos also produced In This Moment. And we go pretty far back, actually, with In This Moment. We toured with them. We've taken them out on tour with us in Europe, back in 2010.
Oh, wow.
And really got to know Maria, and she's such a sweetheart and really talented singer, and, just great performer. And it just so happened we were working on this song, and once we kind of had an idea of where it was going lyrically, the producer Kevin was like, "Dude, you should get Maria to sing on the chorus of this song, and have it be like, she's kind of playing the other side of the character in this twisted relationship of a thing, and it was like we were like, dude, that would be awesome because she would kill it, and she came in and just destroyed it, and it's one of my favorite songs. It's a powerful song, and she just stepped it up like 10 notches.
Definitely.
And that was I mean, it was like, wow, like I can't wait to play that song live. I can't wait for fans to hear it because it's different. It's a different song for everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's an honest song, and I think it's got a lot of cool qualities about it. The thing with Royce is like that just kind of came about. Just, we're all fans of hip hop music, and Royce 5'9" is just like a legendary rapper out of Detroit, and Jacoby just so happened to get connected with him, and I know that they were talking on a more personal level, just kind of dealing with some stuff that they had both been kind of going through, and that just kind of led to, hey, you want to jump on a song, and we'd be honored to have you on the track, and he was like, fuck yeah, I'm a P. Roach fan, let's do this. So it just worked out like that, pretty easy, quickly. I mean, it was like the last thing. Both Royce and Maria's performance were like the last things that were done to the record, and
nice.
And it really just put the finishing touches on it.
Awesome. Now, after I know that the tour with Caesar right now, that's going to carry you guys to maybe early to mid-February, and then after that, you guys are headed overseas, and you're going to be doing some of the European festivals at the end of next month. Then in May, you come back over, and you're doing, obviously, you're going to be doing the United States festival circuit here, Rock on the Range, Carolina, and all those. And obviously, you did the first Louder Than Life festival in Louisville back in October. But what are you looking forward to the most when it comes to festivals, and how do you feel about playing the festivals when the album is just released and all those?
I'm looking forward to just playing in front of a lot of people, and playing in front of a lot of crazy people that just want to just let loose. I feel like the festivals really brings people together, and to that last tribal experience where it's like a gathering of minds and people just letting loose and being completely free and moving to the music, and that's what I look forward to the most. I mean, it's cool to hang out with all the other bands and see all the other bands and stuff like that too, but it's really just getting on stage and just having that mix up of the people and us being on stage playing all of our new songs and playing all the songs that people already know and love, and just creating that energy.
Awesome. Yeah, there's something special about about festivals. There's something in the air, especially at the big ones like Rock on the Range and then Carolina. A couple weeks before that, it's going to be awesome. And I remember seeing you guys back in October in Louisville at the Louder Than Life festival, that was a really cool festival in itself, and it's going to be great to have it again later this year.
It's cool. It's cool because you kind of get to catch up with all your old friends too from other bands. You play catch up, and then it's like when you're performing, you're looking over, and it's like you're seeing all your friends and all your peers, other bands on the side of the stage rocking out, and it makes you, more excited, to do what you do. So it's exciting.
Awesome. Yeah. I mean, is there anything that we can look for from Papa Roach that you can really talk about for maybe after festival season or in between festivals or anything like that? Obviously, the record comes out January 27th, and everything's going to break loose around then. What can we really look forward to from Papa Roach for the rest of the year?
I mean, we're going to be touring our asses off, so we're going to be, going all over the world, but we're trying to bring, some surprises to the live show. Awesome. And we're trying to bring, we're playing a lot of new songs, but we're also celebrating 15 years of Infest, so we might be doing a few pop-up shows where we play Infest in its entirety. Definitely. And along with that, we've been at putting together ideas to really step up our production and our stage look, to get something fresh and new, experience visually when we're performing. So all those little things add up.
Awesome. I mean, you just mentioned it's been 15 years since Infest. What really, looking back on that time in Papa Roach's career, what are some of the best memories from that point in time with Papa Roach, and what really stands out to you?
I mean, we've been on amazing tours. You know, like for me, we know we've done the festivals. We did this one huge festival in Brazil called Rock in Rio.
Yes.
And that was really fun. You know, we did Woodstock in Poland and played in front of like 400,000 people, and it was massive, you know. You know, performing at the Video Music Awards on top of the Letterman building back in like 2000 was pretty fucking cool. You know, playing Madison Square Garden with like Guns N' Roses, you know, for our first time, you know, stepping inside the garden, you know, that was pretty legendary for us. You know, just every time we get on stage and we have that show that just feels like, you know, we're throwing lightning bolts at the crowd, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those are always memorable, you know. We've had lots of great tours, lots of great bands, you know, from, you know, Korn and to Eminem, and, you know, we toured with bands that, you know, we grew up being heavily influenced by, like, you know, we did Australia with the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and that was like, we were all just like sitting here going, holy shit, like, this is insane, dude, why are you out with the Chili Peppers, you know what I mean? Like, it's just sometimes you have to pinch yourself and you know, hanging out at award shows and talking to people like Brian May from Queen, and you're just like, oh, wait a second, I was talking to Brian May, commenting on how cool his flamingo whatever shirt that he was wearing.
Man, yeah, it was. There's just something about that time with rock and roll, and I feel like there's something. It feels like it's starting to come back a little bit, and hopefully we can get back to those days again. But man, this new record, F.E.A.R, is outstanding, man. I've had a chance to listen to it a couple times, and it is just. I absolutely love it. And I can't wait for fans to hear this record from start to finish. There's not one track on this record that's filler. It's just from start to finish, Papa Roach, in your element, doing what you do best, and that's rock. And fans are going to love it, man.
Yeah, man.
So,
thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I'm excited for the fans to hear it. Absolutely. And I'm really proud of this record, so.
Definitely, man. Tobin, thank you so much for taking time to talk to me. I truly appreciate it,
Thank
man.
you.
Have a great show tonight, and rock their asses off, man.
Will do, man. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, man. Take it easy.